But we had the technicians here late last night, and we believe it's all working. And we tested all of any phones ringing. Check for alarms. If you've got any alarms this evening, please turn them off as well. Now, you don't a little, you'll be quite comfortable, and you're going to have a great evening this evening. Enjoy. I'm assuming that we're live, so ladies and gentlemen, welcome. For those of you who have joined us around the country this evening to a very unique and special presentation. We only do this one once a year, so it's the rarest of all of our presentations. We have just come back from a fantastic trip with some of our performers here at DuePoint, and they're going to be talking about it this evening. We are in a very unique position at DuePoint. We are doing something that we don't believe any other company in the country has done before or is doing right now, and that is the business of changing the economic circumstances of South Africans permanently. I'm sure that most of you know that in South Africa today we are in rather dire straits. I'm afraid that most South Africans haven't yet realized how critical their financial state is. I really don't think they've realized it. For many South Africans that we do talk to, they think, no, they're fine, they'll work a way out. Guys, there are no further ways out of the economic position we are in today. Tonight you're going to think you're hearing marketing. I can assure you you're not. What you are going to hear this evening is just a list and a set of facts. There may not be a set of facts that you want to hear or that you want to stomach or understand, but they remain the facts. It's the thing about gravity, for instance. You don't need to like it or believe in it, but it's still there. And it works exactly the same way everywhere on earth, just about. Now, that's the case of our economy. The facts of our economy may not be things you like, but they are, unfortunately, the facts of our economy. So, we here at DuePoint, a division of Constantia Insurance Company Limited, are in the business of firstly creating wealth, because it is through wealth that we will be able to change the economic circumstances of South Africans, not once, but permanently. This is a business of permanence. We create wealth at DuePoint through a system. We call it the DuePoint system. It is a system that allows you as individuals to contract with us as wealth engineers. As wealth engineers, we just give you one task. One task to create permanent, life-changing wealth for yourself, and that is the task of connecting people to us. We don't ask you to sell anything. You are free from that. I had a wonderful conversation with a lady yesterday at lunchtime after our presentation who said that this was very complimentary to her business because her other business was selling things. I said, how's that been going for you? So no, 2018 was no good, but 2019 will be good. Okay, 2019 won't be good. People don't have money to be buying things anymore. So selling is bad right now. It just simply is. Not to mention the fact that most of us are uncomfortable with selling things. We've had too many things sold to us. Well, at DuePoint, we don't ask you to sell anything. We leave you with one task, just connect people to us. Through the system of connecting people to us, you put us in a position to create for you an income, whether it's a recurring income, a second income rather, or a primary income for you. That's up to you. But what it is an income that is there every month. It is an income that is there every month because we are a insurance company, Constantia Insurance Company. We have life licenses, short-term licenses, and we are in the business of financial services products. Those products run on automatic debit order systems, as you guys know, which means that after a single connection of an individual to us, every month thereafter, without you having to run back to them to beg to buy again, our debit orders run and your income comes in. This is how we make economic freedom for South Africans. You cannot make economic freedom by selling things, because in the months where you can't sell, you have no economic freedom. No income comes in. But here at DuePoint, whether you're going through good times or bad times, busy times or quiet times, our debit orders raise every month and your income comes in on a recurring basis. We've given you the tools at DuePoint to leverage yourself beyond your current circumstances. People tell me they're too busy, too important, too poor, too rich. We get all the excuses here at DuePoint to do this. Ladies and gentlemen, the system has been designed to fit everybody's circumstances. We allow you to build what are called channels here. They're teams of individuals. These individuals will build wealth for themselves and in so doing, create wealth for you. This means that you create a team that produces income for you 24 hours a day. There are people that are awake at night. Every morning we wake up to new wealth engineers that have signed up overnight. They work night shifts, they work unusual hours. It means that while you're sleeping, someone in your team can be growing your wealth. We don't know of another opportunity in South Africa today that offers 24 hours a day income like ours does. In fact, we know of very few things in South Africa today that offer real opportunity for South Africans. If you go to Facebook or YouTube or Google, you're going to see plenty of things floating around. Come and do this, we'll make you rich in 90 days. Come and do that. Currencies, thising, forexing, this, that. These are not opportunities that the average South African can pick up and grow wealth with. Here at DuePoint, everybody can get involved. In fact, we allow everyone to be involved in our system at no cost either. So if you're worried about cost, using the system at DuePoint doesn't cost you anything. We're not going to ask you tonight for a starter fee or a monthly admin fee or even to pay for the application form fees or even to use any of our technology. You get all of that as a wealth engineer. By simply being a product owner at DuePoint, you're automatically a wealth engineer and plugged into our system. We're not in the business of taking money. We're in the business of making wealth here at DuePoint. You also don't have to have any specific education. Some people have said to me, yeah, but what about if now I'm in financial services, now I'm a broker or an agent or an intermediary, a representative? No, folks, you're none of these things. Remember, you are not selling. You are not advising. You are not doing any of those activities. You're simply connecting people to us. And as a result, everyone in South Africa can be a wealth engineer and can build wealth for themselves. When we started DuePoint, we said unemployed people are not going to be able to do this because they can't afford their monthly payments. Well, we had a wonderful story a couple of years ago where an unemployed lady saw the DuePoint system and said, you know what, I'm going to make some sacrifices so that I can make my first payment. By the time she had to make a second payment, she was earning 6,000 or 7,000 rand a month from us. It didn't matter that she was unemployed. What mattered was she was determined to change her economic circumstances. How determined are you right now to change the situation you're in? When I ask South Africans, how are they feeling about their circumstances? Every one of them says to me, no, dire straits, terrible, the world is ending. And then I say to them, all right, I've got something that can get you out of that position. They go, no, what I need is a job. And I go, really, a job? Isn't it the job that got you in the position you're in right now? Is it not your job that's sucking up 60, 80, 100 hours a week of your time and keeping you poor? That's an interesting question. Priorities becomes a real battle. I've done lots of training with even my most senior guys, and they too struggle with the fact that all of a sudden in 2019, there is only one priority, and it's DuePoint. You may not believe me yet, but by the end of tonight, you will. Because we're not making a marketing statement when we make that. We've had enough years doing this now to know there ain't no options left for South Africans anymore. No one's coming to our rescue. In fact, those that were meant to come to our rescue have probably pushed us off the edge of the cliff. We got to save ourselves now. And that's what we do here at DuePoint. We give everybody the opportunity to build an asset, a real asset. Ours is an asset. Why? Because these teams that you're going to build that create income for yourself on a recurring basis will also be automatically handed over to your children when you pass away one day. This means you don't leave nothing behind you. You don't leave debt behind you to your children. You will now actually have something that your children will automatically take over when you pass away. They will earn the income you created during your lifetime, and they'll be able to take that asset and grow it even bigger if they want to. Again, something completely unique in the South African economy today. Ladies and gentlemen, we leave you with that one task. We leave you with the task of connecting people to us. We use a whole host of technology to allow you to, by simply using your phone, anywhere in the country, 24 hours a day, connect people to us. We give you the opportunity to use and leverage DuePoint and its staff and its people without ever having to do any of the real work yourself. You don't have to do presentations at DuePoint. You don't have to do training yourself. You don't have to learn how to become a master of all of our products. You don't have to do any of that. Our technology plugs you into DuePoint and you simply connect people through that technology to us. As you do that, ladies and gentlemen, you will start to connect people who will want to become wealth engineers like you. When they become wealth engineers like you, seeing the opportunity and catching the vision, we allocate them to you and your channel is born. These people will go out and connect individuals as well using our technology. As they do that, again, those who see the vision, become wealth engineers, will again be allocated to you. And this process will repeat itself over and over again as your channel spreads out across the country. We then come along as DuePoint. You don't have to do any selling. We as the insurance company come along and facilitate the purchase of our products throughout this channel that you have created for us. And without having to sell a single thing, your income is born with us here at DuePoint. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that income is created for you in two ways. The first way is through our returns program. Our returns program pays you R27.50 for every product payment made in your channel every month that it is made, multiplied by a factor of where in your channel that payment was made. Now that sounds extremely complicated. I've got to work on a 2-sentence version of that, but right now it's a 4-sentence version. Here's the brief explanation. You're going to go out. You're going to connect a handful of people to us. They're going to become wealth engineers. They'll pay for their products. And when they do, you will get R27.50 multiplied by 200%. That's R55. Not once, not on the first connection. R55 every month going forward for everybody who pays for their product. This gives you leverage because it's per product, not per person. If they take more than one product, well, now you're starting to increase your earnings. You get R110. If they take 3 products or 4 products or more, you just keep multiplying that R55. You have the ability to take a single connection to DuePoint and turn it into an ongoing stream of income for yourself. These individuals will go out and chat to people as well. Some will become wealth engineers. When they pay for their products, again, you're going to get R27.50 multiplied by 200%, R55. Look at that. There's a handful of people that have been connected there, and you're already earning R1,000 a month with us here at DuePoint. I know you've been to presentations where you had to put money in $5,000, $10,000, and in 90 days it'll be 400% bigger. Anybody actually walk away with 400% more money, or did you walk away with minus 100%? Yeah, for 99% of South Africans, they walk away with minus. That's what happens. Here at DuePoint, we don't do that. We tell you the truth. People don't always like the truth, but that's what we tell you. This is a time-based business. The more time you put in, the more wealth you can create. You've been with us for 5 minutes. You've put a handful of people in, and you are now earning R1,000 a month. That's R12,000 a year pocket money. You've done hardly anything. Count the dots that you were responsible for, and you are now earning R1,000 a month with us. If you do a little bit more time, put a little bit more effort into the construction of your channel, you will continue to earn at DuePoint all the way down to the 8th point, but on a diminishing rate. But it doesn't stop at point 8. You see, I'm sure you guys have been to some presentations where they say, oh, you earn up to the 6th point, or you earn up to this and that. There's no limitation. We're not one of those things. Here you have unlimited potential. I don't think people fully understand that. Maybe the words are words that are not often used these days. When you are in a job, you have a limited potential. You can only get so far in your job. There are only so many promotions you'll make. For the very, very few, it's all the way to the top. And when we say it's all the way to the top, we mean 1,000 people out of the 55 million in South Africa. That's plus minus how many CEOs there are out there that earn more than R1 million a year. 1,000. Okay. Now, for the youngsters, we love the youngsters. They go, no, I'm going straight to CEO. Straight. I read a beautiful article a couple of years ago where they said it's around about your mid-30s when you realize you're not going straight to CEO and you start to hate your life. Okay, around your mid-30s. Folks, there are very few people that will win that jackpot. For the rest of us, you are limited in your potential. At DuePoint, we take the lid off that potential, and you now, for the first time in your life, have unlimited potential. It just purely depends on how much time and effort you are going to put in to the construction of your wealth with us here. From the 8th point on, you will always get 4% of R27.50 for every product payment in your channel, no matter how many points, as long as you qualify to earn. Jump onto our YouTube channel, go watch our training videos, and you will see how this is not just a company for this generation. It is a business that is intergenerational. As you hand this asset over to your children, they too will enter a life of unlimited potential. So let's look at that. People always say to me, that's great, how much can I earn? All right, well, it's a difficult question. How much can you earn? It just depends on whether you grow your wealth with us or not. If you do nothing, you earn nothing. And so we looked at a whole lot of data. We've been doing this for many years, and we had 20 years of data before that, and we came up with a growth rate formula that we think fits into everybody's lifestyle. We call it 3 plus 2. It says in your first month with us, you've got to add 3 people to your first point. 3 people, that's it. You've got an entire month to find 3 people. Hardly an onerous task. Then every month thereafter, you've got to add just 2 people. 1 every 15 days. 1 every 15 days. That puts perspective of your talk this afternoon, Roloff, where you were asking people to do 1 a day. And we say, 1 every 15 days. Can you do 1 every 15 days? Yeah, we think you can. If you can do that consistently over time, consistently, every month, that means December, you don't get to have a holiday. You've got to find 2 people first, then you can have a holiday. All right. Easter, you don't get to have the Easter holiday. You've got to find 2 people, then you can have your Easter holiday. It's all about consistency. If you can do that every month going forward, then we can calculate what you can earn here at DuePoint. We put all the maths in, and we say that at just connecting 2 people a month, after 6 months, you can be on about 2,500 Rand a month. That's 30,000 Rand a year. 30,000 Rand a year after 6 months of doing virtually nothing. I don't know. How many of you guys are going to give yourselves a 2,500 Rand raise in the next 6 months? You might have got your raise in December. I'd be surprised, actually, because I think the economists were saying most people were going to get a decrease in their salaries after 2018. But if you've got an increase, that's it. Well, you can give yourself another one in the next 6 months. Now, you can make it more if you'd like. You just add more people every month. Instead of doing 1 every 15 days, do 1 a week or 1 every day. That's up to you. But if you can do 1 every 15 days, after 6 months, we reckon you'll be on 2,500 Rand a month. If you can do it for a year, that rises steeply to 9,000 to 10,000 Rand a month. So here's that question for you. How many of you are going to increase your household earnings by 1,000 Rand a month this year? Every month? None. I'm close to none. In farmer statistics, at a certain point, you can just round to naught. So I'm going to just round to naught. None of you are going to be able to do that except here at DuePoint. This is not marketing. This is a set of facts, and I'm simply rereading them to you with a bit of flamboyance. If you put 2 people in every month, you are likely, on a statistical average basis, to increase your earnings by 1,000 Rand every month for the 12 months of 2019 and be on 120,000 Rand a year. Not once off. We're not selling pots and pans there we get paid once. Every month going forward. If you could do 2 years with us, not 2 months, not 2 weeks, not the first 20 people, but 2 years of connecting 2 people to us every single month, then that'll rise to about 30,000 Rand a month. If you can do 3 years, it'll rise to 45,000 Rand a month. 4 years, and you'll be on about 60 to 65,000 Rand. And if you can get to 5 years with us, not 5 weeks, not 5 days, not the first 50 people you speak to, but 5 years of connecting individuals to us, then we think you can reasonably expect to be on about 80 to 100,000 Rand a month with us. Very few people in the next 5 years in South Africa particularly are going to increase their earnings by 100,000 Rand. You're welcome to keep your job. If you've got one, it's like a diamond these days. You've got to cling to it, lock it in a safe because they're so rare and so valuable. But imagine if on top of your job you could increase your earnings over the next 5 years to R1 million a year. You can do it here. You can. We've done it already. We know how this place works. We've done years of it. We've got thousands of people involved with us already. But there are 55 million South Africans waiting to pick up the only tool we believe is available in South Africa that actually works right now. Your chance, your opportunity at DuePoint is to get to those 55 million people. That's your chance and opportunity with us. If you want to see people doing this at DuePoint, simply go to our YouTube channel. We put up a small fraction of people at DuePoint every month on our stage to talk about their journey with us here. We put every version up, the bad, the good, the ugly, the pretty, the high flyers, the young, the old, and the ones in between. We'll put them all up on the stage. We're not hiding anything. And each one talks about their journey. Some are extremely successful very quickly, and some take a long time to create wealth. All of them are changing their circumstances through the DuePoint system. Go to YouTube, watch it. Every way we can, we have demonstrated how this is real, what we do here at DuePoint. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we always conclude by telling you that this is real. We are a licensed and listed 70-year-old insurance company. This is not a fly-by-night thing that came in from overseas. This is real. And therefore, it requires real effort. If you're going to succeed, we need commitment. We are looking specifically for those who are going to put the energy in and the time in to changing their lives, and we're going to work with them. Many will come through this door. Many have come through these doors. You go and look at how many presentations we've done. Rob and I have done over 1,000 now. That's a lot of presentations. It's thousands of people that have been in this room alone, let alone those that have watched our live broadcasts every day. Only some have put their heads down and said, I'm going to do the work to change my circumstances forever. I'm going to do that work. And those that do, we not only change their income, but we change their lifestyle. We have what's called our XP Rewards training program. It has been specifically designed to teach you how to do this, to become a successful entrepreneur and to permanently change your life. By doing the training, you earn what we call XP points, experience points, and by growing your channel, those two criteria, experience and channel size, start to rank you up in this program. And when we rank you up, we start changing your life. We start by giving you some tools to get you going fast. There's cash in it as well. But some of the tools, rank 5, we give you a lightning memory stick, imported from the USA, got everything on it that you need to connect people to us, whether you're online or offline, and connects to every electronic device in South Africa. At rank 7, we give you a 17,000 Rand set of custom-made, gold-gilded imported business cards. Not gold print, gold gilding. Okay, if you look here, they look like gold ingots. When you draw out that card and you give it to somebody, they know that this is not some kind of fly-by-night kind of business. I love it. I get cards all the time from people, and you can see they literally printed it. William Nicol, Main Road intersection, for 5 Rand, you get 1,000. You can't, there's no value in that. Here is the finest set of business cards in the country. We give them to you. And you will use this to connect people to us. At rank 9, as long as you maintain your channel size with us every year that you do, we take you and your family away. Not you and you've got to pay for your wife or pay for your kids. You and your family away for a week. Every December, not July when it's cold and cheap, December. When your kids are on holiday, 5-star business class, not economy class, all expenses paid. You don't pay for the transfer from your house. You don't pay if you live in another province to get to Joburg Airport. No. Everything is paid for. Now, we've recently been away with our rank 9s and above to our 2018 trip. It was amazing. And tonight we're going to be talking about it. That's why tonight's a very unique evening. We've got our rank 9s here with us, and we're going to be talking above with us, and we're going to be talking about it. So you're in a good night this evening. But in addition, this is the first presentation of 2019 with our new video for 2019 for rank 9. Those of you who want to change your circumstances forever, those of you who would like to know on the 1st of January what your holiday in December that year will look like. That's what our rank 9s know right now. They know right now what they're doing in December. Those of you who want to be there are going to want to be with us when we go on trips like this. my goodness. We were talking about it to the Rank 9s and I a few minutes ago, and we said, people always say to us, it's too much work, it's too hard, it's too difficult, it's embarrassing, etc. And you look at that, and you know that we've taken people away year after year after year. 5-star luxury with their families. And you ask yourself, is it not worth the work? Many of you, millions of South Africans are going to go to work every day this year and not get anything like this. They'll go back every day. They're not going to go to their boss and say, I'm not doing this anymore. It's too hard. It's too frustrating. It's too boring. They won't. They won't say that. They'll just go back and get nothing for it. But we put this on the table and we deliver year after year after year. And people will come to us and say, I'm sorry, I'm too busy. I'm too busy on the dead-end job over there getting me nothing. You see how difficult the priority, that pendulum, it wants to move. But the gravity of the pendulum is sucking you towards that job. It's so hard to push it. But we have to start making change in South Africa because jobs are not saving us, are they, at the moment? There certainly isn't abundance of them as it is. The pool's drying up. What are we going to do? How important is it? At rank 11, if you keep pursuing wealth creation with us at DuePoint, we give you your own car. It's not rented to you. You don't finance it from us. We don't give it to you and then take it away. And we don't brand it because it's yours. We're not in the business of branding and marketing. We're in the business of wealth creation. And a car is part of the freedom you're going to need to create wealth with us here at DuePoint. That's 11 of the 28 mapped ranks in our program here. What's in the next 2/3, if that was what was in the first third? Well, tonight we're going to ask some questions of our rank 9s. But first I want to just to let you know that we at DuePoint, obviously, we're an insurance company. We are in the business of selling financial services as an insurance company. That's not your job. Your job is to connect people to us. When you do, we will present to them our array of products. That's how we create the wealth here. We have 4 products at DuePoint. I have a summary up for you. You will find full details with review videos and full policy documentation on our website. Go there. Go into the products tab. You'll see everything you need to know. But in summary, we've got our Access Wealth Plan. It's 324 Rand a month. It gives you 2 products, a tax-free investment account, and 120,000 Rands worth of personal accident cover. We've got our Wealth Guard product, which is for every South African. 249 Rand a month. You've got R1,000,000 Rands worth of personal accident cover. People say to me, no, I'm going to die from an illness. We had a wonderful phone call at client service a couple of weeks ago where the lady said, how do you know I'm not going to die from an illness? How do you know how I'm going to die? Well, all we can do is look at statistics. How did December go? What did they say? 800 deaths a day at one point in December? Were those illnesses? No, you're all thinking you're going to die from an illness. I got bad news for you. You live in South Africa. If you lived in America, maybe. But here in South Africa, you're going to be run over, car accident, shot, mugged, hijacked in a shopping center. That's what's killing. When we looked at the road accident statistics, they say speed kills. Okay, you should go look carefully at the statistics. It doesn't appear that speed was killing. It appeared that alcohol was killing. I don't know if you guys saw that. Hey, go and look. Something like 10% of the accidents were speed related. The rest were speed related because the guy was blind drunk. Okay, folks, you're going to die from an accident under 65. I can almost assure you of that. Some exceptions will make it to their 70s without dying from an accident. That's how it works. Here at DuePoint, 249 Rand a month, you've got R1,000,000 Rands worth of personal accident cover under that product. Our third product is our Wealth Points Buyers Club. It is effectively our retail product. It allows you as a member to get discounts, services, packages, values, things that you couldn't get as an individual through us as a corporate. And then our fourth product is our Family Wealth Funeral Plan. For those of you who like funeral cover, we've got that. It starts at 299 Rand a month, and you can get 20 to 30,000 Rands worth of funeral cover, and you can add 5 to 10 family members to your cover, and the principal member gets 10,000 Rands worth of outstanding debt cover, which means when they pass away as the principal member, we will settle 10,000 Rands worth of their debt so that their children don't have to. Full details and full product review videos are on our website. Go and watch them this evening. But let's start now by asking our rank 9s what it is like to create wealth and to change their lives permanently. All right, rank 9s, you've got the special task of lifting your chairs and putting them on stage tonight. I'm going to hand over to Rob as well to talk you through the process. Grab this from him. I just need to sneak out. There we go. Slide it right up. All right, guys, let's slide up this way. Slide right up. We're going to slide right up. Yes, we're going to need the space. Donnie, will you move over a bit for me? Thank you. Don't break my screen. We're all in.
I'll give this one to you, Malcolm, so that you can manage that side. All right, good evening, everybody. I'm Rob, one of the other executives in the business. Happy New Year, everyone. I've got the exciting task of recounting our trip to Mauritius this year. It's the second Rank 9 trip that we've been on. Brennan couldn't do it because he didn't actually catch a tan while he was in Mauritius, and no one believes where he went. So I'm going to be interviewing our wonderful Rank 9s, and we're going to understand just what it takes to get to the position they're in and what it actually means to them. So to give you an idea, you saw the video that we did earlier. It'll give you a little bit of idea of what we got up to. But I'm going to go through each one of you guys and just ask you, what was your highlight of this trip? Some of them it's their first trip, some of them it's their second trip. We had a bit of an argument over which resort was the best resort out of the last two. But Lynette, let's start with you. What do you dream about when you think about that Rank 9 trip that you enjoyed for the first time?
Rob, it was the full massage. That was absolutely amazing.
Full body massage.
The full body massage, yes.
And were you holding Fricky's hand while they massaged both of you?
Yes.
Or would he not allow anyone to lay hands on him?
No, I did.
You went in together?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Fricky?
Rob, yeah, the only thing is that I'm snoring when I'm sleeping. When they do the massage.
You snored during the massage, so you missed it entirely.
But I can't put anything else that is better than something else that we have experienced there.
So it was all
I loved the ice cream parlor, yeah.
So the ice cream parlor that we had was amazing because it was open all day. It had every single chocolate and sweet and sour sweet that you could think of. Ask the children sitting in the front here. They nearly put the resort out of business, and some of the adults too were in there. You could see them sneaking in at about 3 o'clock in the afternoon getting pancakes and ice cream. Marsha?
If I think about Mauritius, the first thing that comes to mind is how beautiful it is. But then what you don't expect is to be showered with gifts. And from the day, or from the moment that we arrived there, we got gifts. It was jewelry, it was shirts, it was beautiful, soft Turkish towels. Every single night we had a hand-baked cake or homemade chocolate. It was the spa experiences. We got a bat and a ball, but it was beautiful. The inlaid wooden ball and bat to play with on the shore. We were just so thoroughly spoiled, and that was not expected at all.
Christmas arrived early.
For sure.
And what about you, Roloff?
Yeah, I think it's a fact that I went on my second honeymoon. Marsha and I did it 3 times a day, 7 days. I'm talking about eating, guys. Breakfast, lunch. No, it's just fantastic. I mean, it's everything was absolutely perfect. But the highlight is when we came back and Marsha fell asleep on the plane. That was the first opportunity that I could think. We're not doing it, yeah. I realized is that we're so blessed. And that's what I came back with from Mauritius, that we are so extremely blessed to be able to enjoy something like that every year for the rest of our lives. And it's that blessing that it changed the way I think.
Rena?
Yes, there were so many highlights, but the one thing that was fantastic for me is one of my goals on my bucket list was to go one day to the 7 colors and to experience that and see it for myself, because it sounds too good to be true that there's 7 colors of sand that just stays there forever. And so I was really very happy to see that was on the tour day. We visited also the the pine
Pineapple
farms,
rummery.
and where they made the rum, and also
Mm.
where we got a very nice bottle of wine, or was it rum? From DuePoint. And we had a tasting of all the wines and the rums. So the other highlight was also for me the spa. I love being treated like that. So as a nurse, I work very hard. So if somebody treats me, that is awesome.
See, Malcolm, you're getting tips here. Go for it. Yeah. Malcolm, what was your highlight?
I think Frikkie summed it up. Every single day to me was an highlight because every day there was more surprises. And but if I have to take out one or two, I think the rum tasting and so on was absolutely awesome. And I really enjoyed that. And then the day on the island was just a big blessing and an enjoyment. But every single day there was surprises, and it really is far above what I expected.
Mm. Yeah, the visit to the pineapple farm was interesting. You saw in the video Frikkie and Lynette taking a taste of the pineapple. What you didn't see was that they actually put a pineapple chili on top of. And Lynette wasn't going, dis lekker. She was going, dit brand. And then that was followed by going up to the rummery, seeing how they actually treat the sugar cane and the pineapples to create this distilled rum that they then flavored into about 9 different flavors, and we got to taste every single flavor. Some people were a bit wobbly after that. Dani, what was your, maybe one highlight, maybe everything was a highlight? What do you think? Your second time there too?
Guys, the places DuePoint takes you, the view. I think to me the highlight is the view. The view from your bed, that beautiful ocean, the palm trees, that beautiful white sand that stretches forever. And like, you're the only guy there, you know, or the only human. It's so quiet and isolated. The sea is pretty, the pools are pretty, the food is pretty. You know, the people that you go with, you know, the friendships we've made through DuePoint, you guys are beautiful. I think if you're in cognizance of your life, there's nothing like it. It's the people you spend and give your time to in this life and where you spend it. That was the highlight. Thank you.
And Sandra?
Well, everything. It was just absolutely awesome. I think it's almost like it's your own little private beach. And I think also for me, the Michelin chef that we had, you know, to eat when they cook a meal for you is just unbelievable. And then also, I think, Rob, about 2 years ago, you came to visit us at home. And Clarissa, our daughter, actually mentioned, or she said that one of her dreams would be to be in Mauritius and have a margarita on the beach. So, and that came true, you know, to see your family and your you know, your children, your husband relaxing and just enjoying this absolutely awesome place. It's just something that you cannot explain that in words. It's just an absolute paradise. It was just awesome.
And Pumi?
Wow.
Besides the sweets.
No, sure, business class. Just to be on that flight. You know, when you seated and everyone is being seated on the economy, you are busy being served with champagne and juice, and everyone is passing, looking at you. Oh, God. And nicely is, you know, after the 3-course meal we had on the flight, we being served with Pringles, not Simba. We're being served with Swiss chocolate, Lindt, not Cadbury.
So being treated like a VIP. Yes. Yeah. And Pat?
Everything, I don't know. The rooms for the kids, wow. It was so nice. And then my other one, it was like I know how to swim, but I learned more to swim at Mauritius. My son, he was teaching me to swim. So now every day when I'm at home, I don't have a stress to swim now because my son teach me there. Yeah, okay. And another thing, coming back, the red carpet. It was like only like 7 people was on that red carpet. And I don't know what was happening on the other side, because I saw a lot of people like they just jumped from the train. So many, like more than 1,000 people on the other side without the carpet. But the DuePoint people was like few, like 7 people for check-in. And my son asked me, Daddy, why those people are so many that side? Then I say they are not DuePoint, so only the DuePoints stick on the carpet, on the red carpet.
So, albeit only 7 days that we went away, it is certainly the opportunity to celebrate life, to celebrate a year's worth of hard work. And something I've always said in my intro presentations when we touch on Rank 9 is that I want our Rank 9s and everyone to realize that that 7-day trip, we want to turn it into 365 days for every single person. Our Rank 9 trip out of the 28 ranks that exist is just a taste of what your lifestyle can become permanently. And so this is really just a stepping stone. So to become a little more pointed in my questions from a business point of view, let's start with Pumi. It's Pumi's 3rd trip with DuePoint. Pumi, how does it feel to be partnered with a business that has delivered on all its promises? Every incentive that we've run, you've achieved, I think, almost every single one of them, and we've delivered on every single one of them. We are a new division of Constantia. When people joined our business in day one, at the beginning of 2016, we had no testimony. We had no track record. We had no credibility, and we had to build that up over time. What does the trust mean to you in this business?
Okay, Rob, what can I say is being because I've never been exposed to a lot of network, and I've listened to a lot of people talking that they've done this, they've done that. And with me partnering with DuePoint, it's amazing because every promise, everything that was said, because I wanted to prove it. I wanted everything that they said they're gonna give it to us. I wanted to experience that. So for me to have that experience with DuePoint and never being disappointed in this type of business, it's actually amazing. And I would say to everyone out there that have tried other networks and they failed and they think it's one of those things, definitely DuePoint is not. It's, in fact, I don't even categorize it as a network marketing. For me, it's such an amazing business. That's it, you know. So for them to be able to deliver everything that they've said to me, and I'm very sensitive, I know. Once you promise me and you don't deliver, I'm gone. So for them to deliver each and every promise is quite amazing. In fact, I'm gonna stick around. I always say that as long as DuePoint is still here, that this wall and bricks and mortar is still here, you're still gonna find me here, even if it means that I do it alone.
Yeah, for someone, my background is in branding and advertising and marketing. I've worked in that for over 20 years. I understand the importance of credibility and how trust can be broken so easily and so quickly. And so this is a promise that we keep to every single wealth engineer, that we will not say we're going to do something without committing to getting it done. So I think that's built testimony for us over the last 3 years. Donnie, also your 3rd trip with your family. These 2 lovely girls sitting on either side of Patrick and Pumi's children. It's been a pleasure coming to know your family. Like Sandra said earlier, I came to visit them to do an interview at the end of 2016. Yes. Yeah, end of 2016. Yes, yeah. And Donnie was already speaking about what was important for him with regards to just having dignity and respect from your family and in your community. You know, that is at risk when you lose your job because often dignity goes away with that. So Donnie, for the last few years with us, what has that meant from that point of view for you and your family? DuePoint having taken you away, you actually live a DuePoint lifestyle by now. What does that mean to you?
Well, in short, Rob, for those people that don't know my story, I came to a point in my life where I literally lost everything. And I don't know if you can relate to this. If you lose everything, people come at you. And it's very difficult to stand up from nowhere. I mean, if you don't have a drivable car and you don't have a straight face, and People has broken their promises. You have to fight to get your money. You have to fight to get an increase. You have to fight to get paid for what is due to you. You know, DuePoint was a breath of fresh air. You know, my wife mentioned the Michelin chef. I mean, this is the second time I've been served by a Michelin chef. And I've always been watching these cooking programs, and you see this pretty food, and you know, you thought to yourself, you know, is this really, it looks like art, is it really edible? Guys, those guys are all business. That's why, go and Google what they pay those guys. It's insane. You have to experience it. I mean, swimming in that ocean, standing upright, get a car that start, you know, speak to friends again and have trust, and to know that I'm going out there tonight and I'm coming back with new people in my team, you know, and things are picking up and business is growing. Before this meeting started, I had a look at my phone and I could see this is going to be a good month, you know, and we don't hear stuff like this. And what we used to do, there's no hope, you know, and this is what I was talking about, this beautiful view. You know, if you want to change your view, you must become a lead dog. If you don't, all you're going to see is the butt of the dog right in front of you all your life, you know, and it's not going to go anywhere. So to me, getting self-respect is to becoming a lead dog. I've got the right to make friends. I've got the right to enjoy time with like-minded individual. All of you sitting here are guys with dreams. That's a very privileged room to speak to. The people next to me, my right to my left, are dreamers. They're the nicest people to hang around, you know, because they're forward-looking people. And you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And that changes something inside yourself. And that gives you self-respect, and that gives you hope, and that gives you a horizon. Yeah, you can always make more money, but the lifestyle, that's the thing that you want, and the people that you spend time with. And that has changed my perspective and my self-worth. And I can't wait for this year's Mauritius, because I could see in the faces from the earlier meeting, there's going to be more people coming. And I would like to spend time with you guys as well. Thank you.
Awesome, Donnie. Yeah, I think you came to a crossroads. We're very lucky that Sandra and her daughters were doing something very boring for Donnie the first day that he came to an intro presentation, because otherwise he would have gone with them instead of coming to DuePoint that day 3 years ago. So Sandra, what do you think the impact's been on your family? I sometimes imagine having DuePoint just wasn't there, or Donnie decided to go with you to whatever you girls were going to go do shopping, or I don't know what you guys were doing. What has the impact been for you as a family?
Well, I think, you know, Donnie went through a difficult time in his business, where the business actually just about did not exist anymore. And I think something that DuePoint has brought back for Donnie as well, and for us as a family, but especially for him, is faith in himself, to believe that that he's worth anything, and that he can earn, and that he can be a provider for his family. So I think that's very important, especially for, I think, males. You know, they have to be providers, and they have to be the person that protects the family. So I think if it wasn't for DuePoint, I'm not quite sure where Donnie would have been emotionally, to put it like that. I'm not quite sure where the family would have been. For me, I love this business. I've got new family. All these people sitting here, they're my family, and I love them all so dearly. And, you know, I will never look back. I'm very, very glad that Donnie did not join us. We had a very boring day that day. So I'm glad he did not join us, and that he went and he had a look at DuePoint, and he came home and he was so excited and was carrying on. And I thought, oh, you know, we're not doing this again. But let me tell you what, I thank God for DuePoint and for this business. And let me just tell you guys, it will change your life. It will change your wife's life and your children's life. And it doesn't matter what people say or how they criticize you. You focus, you put your goals down, and you just go for it. And your life will change. And I love everybody here. I just love everybody.
Yeah. Even if your wife's the critic or your husband's the critic, right? Set the goals for yourself and go for it. Donnie was talking about he's surrounded, at least to the left and right, with dreamers. Lynette, you're a dreamer. Lynette's also been in the business since day one, and she's had a very interesting journey in that the first year was pretty good, 2016. Hit your goals. 2017 was a desert of desolation, even though Lynette was working as hard as she could. Nonetheless, testament to her endurance, she never gave up during 2017. I don't know how many people would have done the same. I think a lot of people would have gone, oh, the business doesn't work. The system doesn't work. And today, Lynette and Frikkie are a couple that have been on their first Rank 9 trip. Whenever we speak to you, you always talk about making sure that your dreams come true. Come hell or high water, regardless of what anyone else thinks. Tell us just about how important that is to you and what it means to you, this milestone that you've achieved in Rank 9.
Yes, Rob, a dream come true. And, you know, I still must pinch myself to see, was this real? I have to check my photos on my phone to see if this was really, did it really happen? Because I dreamed for so long and it never happened. But I knew I can do it. I knew I just need to go for it, whatever comes along. And I did it. And the feeling is, there's no words to describe it. It was absolutely superb.
Frikkie, I'm going to surprise you with a question. What does it look like from the outside? Because Frikkie's been this enduring husband, a very supportive husband, drives Lynette everywhere. What does it look like seeing Lynette achieve this Rank 9 trip and being able to take the both of you to Mauritius?
Rob, that's absolutely fantastic. To see her smile, to see her eyes glitter again, everything. It's just, you cannot describe it. It's absolutely just fantastic to see her like this.
Yeah, no, it's been awesome to see you on the journey. Rena, you got a microphone there? Donnie, you can pass the microphone to Rena. Rena, our first Rank 9 trip together in 2017, we obviously got to spend a lot more time together. You were telling me that during 2017 you thought that you weren't going to be able to go on holiday at all. And you achieved Rank 9 and you got the tickets in your travel itinerary wallet that we would have sent you, and you were suddenly on your first Rank 9 trip, and now another Rank 9 trip. What have these vacations, these holidays, these trips meant for you guys?
I hope I'm not going to cry. You know, we work hard and then life happens. Years ago, I bought a holiday, you know, this holiday club and holidays where you go for life, always on a holiday for the rest of your life. And when I bought it, it was a lot of money. It was like 30 years ago, and it was about 35,000 rand. And then over the years, the levies just got more and more, and we couldn't go on the same type of luxury holiday every year for me and the children. So every year, the levies would go up 1,000 or 2,000, and then when you want to book, there's no place that you can book. You must go either Monday to Friday. You can't go weekends anymore because it's full, or they've got lots of stories. And so eventually, the levies became so expensive that we just couldn't afford it anymore. It was actually like outrageous. And I just decided one day, this is it. I'm not gonna pay this anymore because this is not what I promised in the beginning. So I went to lawyers and I had this long story, fight for 2 years. Eventually, I had to sign it off and say, no, thank you. Don't charge me again, but please just give it away. I couldn't sold it, nothing. And I thought for the rest of my life, I'm just gonna work. And here comes DuePoint, and it gives us hope. And we started working, and I said to myself, if it's possible and God helps us, maybe we can go on a holiday again. And here we went on our second holiday. And we know for a fact, if we work hard again this year, we'll go again in December, and maybe rank 14 will come, and we go on the Mediterranean cruise and visit, like Brendan said, he promised us, we can stay a few days in the country that we love or want to stay. So I'm still thinking about the country.
You're still thinking of the country. There's a few to choose from out the Mediterranean.
Yeah, there's a few to choose. So I'm very grateful for this opportunity and very grateful for this business. And I tell you, it's worth it. Because there is no holiday I've ever been in my life that compares to Mauritius holidays. And with DuePoint, you get spoiled 5-star all the way to the top and back. From the food, I mean, there's fresh flowers everywhere, on the tables, in the lounge, in the passages, in the gardens. You just walk everywhere and everything is just beautiful. And I just loved it. Thank you very much.
That's a pleasure, and it's earned. It's not a favor that DuePoint's doing any of these people. These people have earned it from years of hard work. Marsha, what makes this business different? You've been yourself and Rilla, I mean, they actually started the same company my wife works for currently. That's where you guys met. And you've run your own businesses. You've been involved in a multitude of different businesses. What makes DuePoint so different? Because I know you still have dreams that you want to attain, and you must believe that DuePoint's going to take you there. Why trust DuePoint to that end?
If I think about what makes DuePoint different, for me there are four different things. First of all, there's no joining fee. If you think about many other networks out there, it's cash up front, sometimes 500 or 5,000 or 12,000 or even more, because then you buy into a platinum level, and for that you get products. So first of all, no joining fee. That makes DuePoint different. Then secondly, the level of commitment of our executives. And then they're good looking too.
Tanned, not tanned.
Because if you think about 2017 and 2018, Rob and Brendan have been doing presentations Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, sometimes twice a day. And we had a look at that and we said, oh, they committed to this business to that extent, then we commit. Thirdly, use of technology. In the previous networks that we were at, Roelof and I had to do the training. And if we didn't do the training, then very often training wasn't done. So we had to travel to Bloemfontein, to Port Elizabeth, to Limpopo, to Cape Town, all over, and it cost us money and time, etc. And sometimes the output was more than the input that we got from that. But yeah, every single training session and presentations being live streamed to your team all over. Have a look at other companies. What do they charge for training? You join up, it costs you a packet to join up in the first place, and thereafter, weekend seminars, 2,000 Rand, etc. We're all familiar with that. And then lastly, what makes DuePoint different is the incentives. I mean, monthly incentives, iPads, TVs, data, cash, etc. Cash bonuses, 20,000, 50,000, 100,000, 365,000 as a once-off cash bonus. And then the holidays. The Mauritius holidays one. In any other company out there, whether it's traditional business or whether it's network marketing, you have to qualify for those incentives. So what happened, we qualified for most of the incentives in the network that we were before, and the top people qualify. So what happens, sitting there with a team and you're talking to your team and say, this is the incentive this year, and we're all going to run for this incentive. But you know what? They disqualify them because they see you as their competition. And they see Pumi and they see Dani, etc. as their competition. So they never run for those incentives because they don't think it is doable. And this business, if you've got 1,000 people in your team, whether it takes you a month, it's been done within a couple of months, or whether you do it within 10 years, once you've achieved 1,000 people in your team, you go on an overseas holiday for the rest of yourself and you take your family along. So that is huge.
Yeah. Patrick, for you, Malcolm, you can pass your microphone down. Pat, for the sake of our audience, I don't know how many people are brand new as guests and people perhaps still aspiring to get to rank 9. What does it take to become a rank 9? Besides just getting 1,000 people in your channel.
Good evening again, guys who are watching live and watching live streaming. First of all, I want to say thank you, Brendan, with the team, with the 365. Because with this 365 challenge, it's going to help a lot of people to qualify for Mauritius, okay? Especially you guys sitting down. Because these people in the front sitting next to me, they're not going to Mauritius with you guys next year. We are going to rank 14, okay? So, for you to qualify to get to rank 9, it's not a hard thing, guys. It's very easy. Even like now, on my WhatsApp group, I can see people who are going to Mauritius next year. I can just see, because the key to get to rank 9, you need to connect every day. Sometimes Brendan always tell people, they say, you need to connect people when it's Christmas, when you're sick, when you're not feeling like, you need to do it. Just last 1 week past just now. There's people, Brendan, he told us to put 2 people, but they were not putting 2, they were putting 5, they were putting 6. So that means they can put 1 person every day. So you just need to connect. You don't stop. You keep on connecting. If the people, they let you down, because what I notice, sometimes you connect people, they join DuePoint, then they start promising you what they're going to do. Guys, please don't listen to the people that are telling you what they're going to do. You must only wait for the action. I even told the people in the WhatsApp group now, I say 2018, it was for motivating, it was for pushing people. Now 2019, it's for the action. You must just avoid excuses, because they've got so much excuses. No, this side, when it's Christmas, people, they don't listen. Guys, there's no such. People, they got so much excuses, especially in KZN. They were telling, no, in KZN, people, they don't listen at you when it's Christmas. But I was so shocked. Magwaza is in KZN. He signed more than 4 people on Christmas. Mbuso, it's somewhere in Richards Bay. He signed more than 7 people, but he's in KZN. So guys, there's no excuses. So let's try to connect every day. And guys, we are prepared to help you to qualify for Mauritius. And you must know something, once you qualify for the Mauritius, everything is going to be easy for you. So that's what I can say.
Connect, no excuses. Simple as that. Roloff, we've heard a couple of murmurings about rank 14. People have hinted at it already. Rank 14 is our next international conference that you can qualify for. It is a med cruise that we will be doing, and obviously at a more excessive level than rank 9. How does one get to rank 14? You are at rank 10 currently. How do you get to rank 14?
Suckle.
Exactly. Every day.
I had to do that. Nothing in the business happens by mistake. It happens by design. And when you look at rank 14, first of all, it happens up here. You need to believe it. You need to buy it. Because else you will never ever get there. And Stephen Covey says everything in life happens twice. First in the mind, second it happens in physically. And you know, I think the biggest thing that I've taken away from last year is something changed in my head. And I wasn't joking when we sat on the plane and Marsha fell asleep, and I had the time to think. First of all was that gratitude. I was really, really blessed that I'm in this business, and that with a little bit of effort that we put into it, what we've actually achieved. But the second thing was, I want to expose more people to that. I want more people to see that. And the way to get to rank 14 is take 5 or 6 of your guys to Mauritius. It's as simple as that. If you can show them that kind of lifestyle, guess what? You're going to be rank 14. And it's that old saying that if you buy your first burger joint, you're going to flip burgers, you're going to hit the till, you're going to wash the floor, you're going to do everything. But if you get to your second burger joint and you open the second one and you're still doing the same things, you're doing something wrong. And what I would like to say that rank 14 is all about teamwork. And teamwork isn't sitting back and saying you should do that and you should do that. Teamwork is leading from the front, saying this is how it should be done. Follow me. And that's the only way that you're going to get to rank 14. You sit down, first of all, buy it up here. Second, go and plan exactly what you need to get to rank 14. And then just go out and lead and do it. And rank 14, it will happen. That's guaranteed.
Thank you. I am very excited by the prospects of what lays ahead. Rank 14 trips. I would also like to go to the Med. And we are only 35 months into this journey, believe it or not. 35 months. Is that a long time? How many of us could have imagined that we've been on 1, 2, 3 trips with DuePoint 3 years ago? And so I'm very excited by the prospects, not only for us as a business, but for you individually and personally as individuals and family. And to help you get to rank 14, Brendan's going to come back up and he's going to explain the 365 challenge that we've got on this year. And that will certainly rocket you beyond rank 9.
Absolutely. Stay where you're seated, otherwise we'll have another rugby scrum here in the front. You might not see all the details, but it doesn't matter. I'll talk it through you. We are running currently a very special and unique incentive for 2019. We're calling it our 365 Challenge. And what it says is that we're looking for people who are serious about this business. Serious people about this business are people who will connect at least one person to their first point every day. That's serious. If you're serious about changing your life, then we'll do it for you in 1 year. And if you start from scratch with us, well then within the 12 months of adding one person every day, and your 365 days starts the day you join. So it's not like you're running out of days. If you're new today, your 365 starts today. For those of you who are able to do that, to put a single person in every day on your first point in your channel, well then at the end of the year we'll give you a 365,000 Rand cash reward as part of our XP program. But you will have, over the course of that, and we've run the averages across all of our mathematics and our databases, you will have achieved for yourself about 1.25 million rands worth of value in the next 12 months. That means the returns you would have created in your channel, the rewards you would have got, you would have qualified yourself for the rank 9 trip by the end of this year, and you would have got your first car in our rewards program. 1.25 million Rand for anybody who's just serious about changing their future with us. People have said to us before, but that's impossible. Well, actually, there's no losers in the 365 Challenge. Maybe you only put 50 people in. You need to understand how much wealth you will have created for yourself by just putting 50 people on your first point. Maybe you could put 100 in. Maybe you put 200 or 250 in. You don't lose in this challenge. But for those of you who go, hang on a second, I can connect a person a day. For those of you who do that, well, then we're going to really change your life, and we're going to do it in 12 months. There is nothing in South Africa today that is like this. There is nothing. Don't pretend tonight that you know better, have seen better, or that this is like something else. It is not. This is completely unique in the South African context, and you have the opportunity. You watching here and watching live across the country tonight have the opportunity to connect the other 55 million South Africans to this and change your lives completely. To help you get started this year, we're running a special quest this month. It runs until the end of this month. It will get your first month ticked off on your 365 challenge. It says put 30 people on your first point this month, and if you can do that, we will reimburse you the money you lost over Christmas to the value of 15,000 Rand. We'll put it in your account. By the end of January, you can have an extra 15,000 Rand in your bank account if you can just connect 30 people. Now, if you want T's and C's on all of this, it's all on our phone app, it's on our website. Go and read them. Go and understand them. One thing you'll find out about DuePoint is that we're actually for you. We're for you. We don't put hidden T's and C's in to fool you because we're not one of those things. This is a business aspiring to create wealth and to change the circumstances of South Africans. If you want to understand our credibility, well, go and do the research on us. Go and do it. We're a listed and licensed financial services company, a full-blown insurance company. Go to the JSE, find us under Conduit Capital, go to the FSCA, look up all of our licenses there. Know that we are very credible, long-standing, old, I can say, 70 years old. I have to be able to say it. I get in trouble with my parents when I say they're old at 70. I'm sorry, guys. There is a line at which you become old. You have to accept it. And 70 years old is how old Constantia is. This is not a fly-by-night business. Go get and find the credibility, and then come and join us. Pick up this tool. It doesn't cost you anything tonight. Pick up the tool, fill out the application form, and start right now being your own solution, because nothing else is going to save you this year. Bring your questions and concerns to us afterwards. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for all of you who've watched us live tonight. Get out there and make 2019 a year of prosperity. Thank you. Good night.